ladies. How you doing?
Good. Doing
I
good.
know it's been a while. I'm interested in what you ladies have been up to.
I work. Lots of work. I
Yeah.
just wrapped a 20-day outage. Power plant's back online. I'm ready for summer.
What does that entail? Do tell.
We shut down the whole power plant. We tear apart all the things that need to be repaired or just looked at, and then we bring it back, everything back online, and try and be as prepared for summer run out here in this Las Vegas heat, so that we're not failing in the middle of summer when we need the power the most. So, couple week outage, went really smooth. I'm happy it's over. Long hours, long days, long hours.
Very good. And what have you been up to, Miss Shanon?
I've actually got a special project going. We're pulling and terminating 138 kV transmission. We had a car hit our transmission pole with underground on it and messed it up. Yeah. And it's been out for a couple of years. I'm working with my crew in Prismium and pulling some heavy duty 35 pounds a foot wire out, 18 pounds a foot wire in, and terming it. It's all at night. It's right on the freeway. So we started last month. We'll finish this month and probably a week into next month, I would think. And then we should have, because our transmission is abnormally switched around. So it's quite a bit of work. And also Stacy will be glad when it's done and ready for summer. Yeah, the transmission is important here. It's a load out here in Las Vegas.
Getting a little feedback. Welcome to
Maybe
Wayne's
we should
World
buy some
Podcasting.
Maybe we should buy some high-tech equipment.
Maybe we should get sponsors who will buy us high-tech equipment. If you want a podcast free of echoing, all that.
Lips matching what we're saying.
Yeah, the little things.
Well, see, it just all of a sudden goes away.
Yeah. So, what a great time to be in the IBEW, right? We're just coming off 15-hour days. You know, it's kind of cool to know that, like, you know, we're helping to build a brighter future, and like literally. And I work in the hospital, so, you know, I see patients wheeled by every day who benefit, you know, from the work that we're doing. Because they're important, but they can't do it without the electricians.
That's right.
Yeah.
No. So it's an exciting time. The business is rough on the body, so I had to get a little shot in my neck today. Not a little shot. It was a shot of because I have two bulging discs and a neck fusion, but I have a fear of needles, so I had to take a little something to take the edge off. So I might be a little woozy.
Loopy today, girlfriend?
A little woozy, but we'll have fun today.
Yeah.
I'll be very relaxed this podcast. So Shanon, you sound a little sick yourself.
I have got allergies. Bad. My eyes are all swollen up. About, I don't know, Stacy, a week ago, I sounded like a horse. It's been pretty rough. I don't know what I'm breathing out there, but yeah, it's tearing me
I don't know. Don't you guys all have just cactuses out there? Like, they don't even have pollen.
We got, yeah. Actually, we have like sometimes a half an inch of green pollen on our vehicles when we get out in the morning. It's weird. Plants, trees, bushes, flowers. Oleanders are horrible, yeah.
We got the convention coming up.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to have a live podcast at the convention.
Are we?
Yeah.
Cool.
And maybe we'll have visitors with us on our live podcast.
We could do that.
Yeah.
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 Just grab somebody when they're walking by.
Hey, you look important.
That's right.
Talk to
have to look important.
Come talk to the Wayne World sisters. That's what we should change the podcast name to.
Stacy and I have a utility conference next week. Yep, in San Francisco.
Great. All right. So for those who do not know, we are the Brew Crew. We need you to help push this. How we do that is with likes and subscribes. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And it just reminded me, I hope you have your song available this week, Stacy. All right. Well, we'll go there in a minute. Greetings, ladies. Welcome to another episode of the Current Brew Crew. We're three sisters out of the IBEW who want to connect to other sisters and brothers within the IBEW. And we do that to empower our sisters to rise to their full potential in the IBEW. Here, we talk real talk about how to navigate in this non-traditional field we have chosen. Here, you'll find information that hopefully is useful to you. We are here in any way we can to lift up the sisters of the IBEW and in turn empower each local union so that we could build a stronger IBEW one brother and sister at a time. We need brothers as much as they need their sisters. We try to promote through conversation a better way to build a brighter future for the IBEW one member at a time. We have each week a question of the week. So we ask our viewers to send in a question. And if they send in a question, what do they get, Stacy?
They get this beautiful Brew Crew thermos mug. Nice, keeps things hot and cold. Comes in 2 colors.
Yes, teal and pink.
Pink.
Teal and pink. So this week's question of the week, we have somebody who's very special to me, and he's like the new kid on the block. He is our 3rd District IVP. He's just, in my DNA, I'm an organizer, right? I like to internal organize. I like to engage the membership and get more members active. Well, I think it's important to bring members in to the IBEW. I think it's more important that we keep them engaged once we have them. And so that's what I try to do in my local, one apprentice at a time, right? And one member at a time. And the one thing that I know, I've come to know about Frank, he's an organizer. It's in his DNA, right? So we have that DNA connection of organizing. I'm really excited to be working with him and for him. And he has the question of the week, and it's a really good question. With no further ado, I'm going to give you my IVP.
Hello, Brew Crew. This is Frank Moya, International Vice President out of the 3rd District. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing on this podcast. I think it's fantastic. So, here's my question. How did each of you find the IBEW? And second is, when you entered the apprenticeship or you started with the IBEW, was there a moment in time that you wanted to quit? And if you did, was there one person who you went to and they talked to you and convinced you to stay? Thanks for everything that you guys do, and we'll see you soon.
Good question.
Yeah, that was a great 2 questions because it's something that varies from person to person, right? We all have our own journey here, that moment, because we all had that I'm going to quit moment. Or at least I did.
I don't did.
Yeah,
It got scary once in a while, but I don't think I wanted to ever quit.
yeah. I think I may have shared my story somewhat, I guess, in past podcasts, but I always power plant at such a young age that there was never anything else that I even thought of myself doing. And so once I did get into the field, it was like there were jobs that I was like, okay, I don't know that I want to be at this job, but I always wanted to be in another power plant. Like I never had the idea of being anybody other than a power plant operator. So it's a little going joke at my work. They're like, she was born here, right?
And you didn't have that moment, Shanon?
Like the first question, how did we get into my step side, the side of the family that raised me, my dad, my twin uncles, a couple cousins, and now my nephew is an inside wireman. I think I'm kind of like Stacy. I was born to do this. I love it. Did my dad want me to do it? He wasn't sure, right? Because being a lineman with all the equipment and everything, but I did work for him at a point and my uncles. But I really don't think I ever wanted to quit. I don't think that is in my DNA, quitting at anything, to tell you the truth. It's scary because I came up in the outside, traveling around the Western United States by myself and walking onto a job of multiple guys as a young girl. And you know that they're thinking, oh shit, what's this chick gonna do, right? But every job that I went to, I had to prove my 100%. And that wasn't a problem for me. And I love my work. I worked hard to get where I am today. And I think more than people trying to get me if I was wanting to quit, I think the more people were more encouraging and this is made for you. This is what you need to do. I traveled around as a groundman just to make sure this is what I want to do with my life. And more than one journeyman said, this is what you need to do. This is you. So, yeah. Say organizing is in your blood. IBEW definitely runs through my veins, and line work is definitely who I am, right? A big part of me. I'm a lot of things, but line work is, I always say I'm a lineman during the day and a lady at night.
I like it.
And multi-generational. Like, so I got here really just by accident, and I think sheer luck at the same time. My best friend, she was a headhunter, and she knew somebody in the IBEW. And at the time, I was going for TV broadcasting because that's what, I like the editing. And this is back when you really edited with VHS, and it was analog, the analog days. And, they were like, "Oh, you see that guy on the camera? He's local 3. Oh, you see that guy on the camera? He's local 3." So I was at the point where I had graduated and it was really hard to get in. So I was like, "Oh, I could just join local 3 and come do the camera at Madison Square Garden." So I said, "Sign me up." And a year later, I got a call and they sent me a job ticket. And then I went to the address because I don't live in New York City, 35 miles north. And I called my friend Margaret at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, "Margaret, this is not Madison Square Garden. And it doesn't look like a camera job. It looks like a construction. And they want me to ride this. It looks like a carnival ride up the side of the building and go to the 19th floor. And I have never been in a building that was more than 4 stories." So she knew what it was. And she said, "Just try it." And when I got there and I realized that I can make $45 an hour plus benefits and a retirement, I was in awe. I don't think I was in awe of the dust and the dirt and the guys, but the fact that there was a way to move up, because I had worked with the development disabled making $12 an hour. Like we got 25 cents raises, making like $10 an hour. And it was hard work and it was physically draining and mentally draining. There was really no up, right? So most I would top out is $15. But here I can make $44. They're going to send me to college. I'm going to get free college. And then I always used to tinker as a kid, like build bikes. So I did have a little bit of mechanical skill in me. And there were some guys who took me under their wing, and then there were some guys who were not so nice. and I had to go for coffee, and I was going out for 30 guys, and I would get the order right every day. So unfortunately, unfortunately, I would get it right. And I'd have to keep going because all the other ones would mess it up. So going to the second question, the general foreman, I came back late because they shut down all the streets because the United Nations was having their centennial. I don't know. Anyway, you couldn't walk for like 20 minutes. Like they shut down the streets. So I got back late with coffee. And this guy screamed at me in front of everybody. And I was 33 at the time. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, how dare you speak to me like that? This is what's going on in my head. And he made the mistake of doing it in front of everybody, but he did it in front of the elevator operator. And so once everybody cleared the elevator after he screamed at me, in the afternoon, I had to go out for like dinner break, and I had $300 in my pocket for dinner. Now, that was a lot of money 26 years ago. It'd be like having $600 now. I see the general foreman again, and he starts yelling at me. You make sure you're back. In my head, this money in my pocket will cover my tools. I'm out. I'm out. So everybody leaves. We're going down in the Alamac, and this guy, Dan, with this cigar in his mouth, he says, listen, kid. He goes, I see you come into work every day. You have so much enthusiasm. You have so much light in you. And this business is for you. Don't let that asshole take away your career, because you're going to have a good career. And he goes, I can see right now that you're about to walk out and not come back. And I listened to him because I was like, how did he see that? But I guess my face. And he goes, take the time that you need, regroup, go get the coffee, and you come back. You make sure that the best revenge that you could do for this guy is to become successful. Just remember that. And that conversation kept me from walking off the job. But not only did it keep me from walking off the job, it also kept me on those days after, right? I'm not going to let him or anybody else take away my ability for a career. Like, this business is rough. You know, I'm 27 years in the business, and I still struggle with, why do I have to work twice as hard to prove that I'm able to do something? I don't know if that'll ever go away. I know my trade, but still, you go to a new job and it's like, you have to prove yourself, where, Erin has to work herself into a job and John has to work himself out of a job. It's getting better, but like, we're just not there. I think it will. I think like the younger generation, we grew up different, right? Like everything was like gender separated, right? And, we were given dolls as kids, and they were given dump trucks and tools. Nowadays, the kids, they play hockey together, girls and boys on the same team. And the younger kids that I teach, it's not a big deal. I think one day it will change. I just don't know if it'll change soon enough for us. It gets frustrating, I could tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, that younger generation does have a different perspective, I feel like, on all of that, where it's like confusing for our generation up to even think the way they're thinking.
I really get excited for the next generation of IBEW. I really do believe that. I do believe it's changing, and I do believe that for sure. They say that they're lazy and stuff like that, but they're just not going to do stuff that, they're not interested in. Like,
I think their values are
Mhm.
different than ours
absolutely.
growing up, right? I think their values are a lot different. I think they value, I mean, we were taught in our generation, it's like, you know, you work hard 8 hours, work hard 8 hours, 8 hours worth of pay. That's what our parents and our grandparents taught us to do. And if all three of us are the ones that we've always worked the overtime and always saying yes to somebody that asks you to do something. And I think this generation is a little bit different. Their family values are different and their life values are just a little bit different than ours were growing up. They value their weekends, but that's what we fought for the IBEW, right? So it's going to be different. I'm excited. I love the new generation. I love our apprentices. I think that's one of the best parts of my career these days is working with our younger people and getting younger people into the trade. That excites me,
Yeah.
you know.
I would say we're Generation X. They X'd us out, right? They told us to sit down, shut up, and wait our turns. Then we sat down, shut up, and waited our turns. And then they go, oh, it's all about the young worker. It's like, wait, what happened? They forgot us. And the good thing is, like, we're Generation X. They just threw us outside. We raised ourselves. And so, you know, don't threaten us with a good time by ignoring us. We've already been ignored growing up. We had nobody home raising us. And this generation, like, you know, they're not going to sit down, shut up, and wait their turn. You know, things right now are so crazy in the world that, you know, they're not going to just sit down. I do believe they're the hope. I tell my students all the time, like, you guys are going to be the ones right this ship. You know, years ago it was the women who brought the country and righted the ship, and now it's
Right.
today.
Yeah, we did.
But that was a good question from Frank, because I think that generation now mostly coming in, you know,
It is.
and so it's really important to say to the people coming in, and one of the reasons why we have the podcast is so we could have real conversation that, you know what, we have those moments, you know, we still experience the, I have to prove myself, and
It's never easy.
no,
It's just never
but we
easy.
have sisters, you know, I have you guys. As you develop in the industry, you become friends and you get allies. You have more and more allies.
Yeah, support than ever.
Expect it, right? Like, sometimes I run into guys and, you know, my first judgment of them is like, we're not going to get along, you know, because he's like an older, like, and you think, all right, he probably thinks this way, you know, and then you meet him and then you end up calling him a day. Like, I'd be like, yo, so-and-so, can you talk me on the ledge today? Because this happened, you know, more. Yeah.
We definitely have those ledge days. Oh,
I
no.
know.
You're too close to the end. Next
No.
time you quit will be
I was just saying
retirement.
today, like, I'd be that, you know, this was my last OSHA. So we have to do OSHA 30. I don't know if you guys are required to do it out there, but it's 30 hours of OSHA. I did my last OSHA, and every click it was like, last one, last one.
Bye-bye, OSHA.
So,
Okay, before we go, remember, being a sister of the IBEW means you're never alone. Reach out, lift each other up, and let's keep building this community together. We're stronger, brighter, and unstoppable as IBEW
unstoppable.
sisters.
Stacy, you want to bring us out, girl?
Unstoppable.
Bring us out, girl. My song?
Don't know. I see you got a song?
I've hit a couple snags with the song. It turns out I'm not a singer, but I'm not giving up. I will have
God,
something.
you got to stay tuned. One of our a loyal listener is waiting for your song. Stacy's gonna have us a labor song, and she's actually gonna sing it.
Are you just going to sing it, Stacy?
That's all we asked for. That's all we asked for.
I love that. You're so brave. That girl.
Oh, so I got some good news. So stay tuned for this. In July, we're going to hopefully set it up for our podcast in front of a studio audience. Yes. So I teach UALE summer school, and it's like sleepaway camp for like union women and labor organizations. And so I teach there, and it's in New York this time. But so we're gonna set it up that you guys are gonna be like in Vegas. I'm gonna be here, and the studio audience is gonna be in New York. So if we have Wayne's World Pod now, just add to the live studio audience. So stay tuned for that. That's yeah, and so we're not gonna have a question of the week that week. We'll let them ask live questions on air. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So that'll be July, end of July. So I'll schedule that with you, but it's probably going to be during the week, weeknight. Yeah, and then we'll have the podcast at the convention. And so send in your questions, because we really do need questions. We were doing a thing at Noreen, but Noreen's mom hasn't been doing so good. So she's been working and doing elder care. And so, that's the life of women, right? So keep Noreen and her family in your thoughts. Yeah. And Stacy, I hope your mom's doing better. Stacy, I hope your mom.
My mom is doing great. Can't slow that lady down. She got to drive on Mother's Day. And so she's happy and she's good. She's up and moving and 2 miles a day on that new leg of hers.
Very good, Shanon baby.
3 months in a couple of weeks, developing very quickly because Jasmine works with her every day and just giggling and a personality that won't quit. Melanie just got back from there. She spent a week up there. And yeah, she's growing. And yeah, she's growing.
Look at that glow.
She's beautiful.
That grandma glow.
Yeah, it's fun. She's
Look
growing.
at that glow.
She's beautiful.
That grandma glow.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a first.
Yeah.
And
The thing is, like, when you have the second grandkid, I remember thinking, like, I didn't think like I could love that deeply. And then I go, well, if I have two, then my hearts explode. Like, how could I possibly love that much more than what I already do? And it just, your heart just gets bigger and bigger. It's incredible that like the love can expand much.
It's, I've already got things setting aside for her so that she doesn't have to worry about anything when she decides to get into the trades.
I'm going to have to send you one of our children's books to her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we send her book and Jasmine reads to her and she giggles. We FaceTime every Sunday, so she knows my voice, her legs, and
Thank
so
God
it's
for
fun.
FaceTime.
I like it.
All right, ladies, I'm going to bid you farewell because my medication is really kicking in. I'm ready for bed. Yeah, I really needed this. I really, really did.
Absolutely.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
I really, really did.
Absolutely.
I love you guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you back,
All right.
sisters.
Good night.
All right.
Hey, it's